So he asked, Coach, I'm struggling to find more motivation to work. I've been burning myself out during the quarantine, so I need some help on finding new motivation. And this is a big thing because for everybody during the quarantine, like everyone was getting burnt out because it was like, man, I can't leave my house. Like I got to do this stationary ball handling every day. Like a lot of people didn't have a hoop to work with. So it was like you really were struggling for like how you're going to do things, which I completely understand. And literally for me, like I was lucky enough to have access to a court, like a gym, but I didn't have access to like a weight room, which for me is like, that was tough because I think body weight exercises have value and you can get stronger doing it. And I did a 300 push-ups a day challenge for over 20 days during quarantine. So probably back in April, I was doing that where I was just wake up 100 push-ups, midday 100 push-ups, and then at night 100 push-ups. And I definitely got stronger doing that. And it was great. It was great. But it's tough because I much prefer to go to the gym and lift weights. Much prefer to do that. I enjoy doing that. So it was tough to not be able to do that. And there's just days where you go 3 months without a gym and it's like, man, I can't do another push up. Like I'm just not because I can't do it physically, it's just because I'm tired of doing them. So I completely understand that. I think there's a couple ways to combat this. And obviously basketball wise, it was the same thing. It was, we're trying to figure out how exactly can we like how can I stay engaged with this when it's like I can't go to the gym and play with my friends. I can't play AAU. A lot of people had their seasons cut short. It's very frustrating. And so, there's a couple ways that we can approach this. I think the first thing is potentially just take a break for a little bit. Give yourself, maybe it's a day off. Maybe all you need is a day off, and then you feel fine again. Maybe you need a couple of days off. Maybe you need a week off, right? Maybe you need to get your mind off of basketball for a week or so, and then a lot of times what that's going to do is you're going to so saying absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? You take something away for a little bit, all of a sudden you're kind of your love for it and your enjoyment of it comes back because you've been without it. You start to miss it. I think that's an important part because with the thing with training in basketball in specifically is like it should be fun. Like you should enjoy it, right? I'm not saying you're gonna enjoy every drill or every workout. Like there's gonna be times where you don't want to do it. There's gonna be times where you really don't feel like going to the gym or going outside or getting in your work. Like you're just not gonna feel like it. But at the end of the day, you do it because you want to be great and you love it, right? But if it just becomes something that where you never want to do it, like you just hate it, it becomes a chore for you. Then at that point, you got to evaluate and think, maybe I'm burning myself out a little bit. Maybe I got to take a step back for a few days and then reevaluate, see where I'm at. I think that's important because the thing is, two things. First of all, you should be doing something because you want to do it. You shouldn't be doing it just because it's what you do, right? You should enjoy it. And the other thing too is like if you aren't enjoying it, you probably aren't going to be giving your full effort to it. You probably aren't going to be giving your full attention to it. And what's the point in not doing it the full way, right? What's the point? What's the point of not giving something your all, right? Because you're not going to get where you want to get to anyway. So you may as well just not do it. Okay, if that's what you got to ask yourself. And again, I think the remedy for that a lot of times can be take a couple of days off, take a week off, then you're going to start to feel like you miss it again. And also you're going to come back, you're going to have a new drive for it, and you're going to feel good again. The other thing you can look to do is switch up what your training is. So it's a little bit more difficult when you're at home because there's a limited amount of things to do. But for example, you can go out. So like let's take my no weight room example. So if your gym is closed, you can't get in the weight room, what can you do to switch up your workouts? Maybe you're tired of doing your push-ups every day. Well, you can do, for example, you can do what's called a Murph, which is, I believe I have this right, but I believe it's 300. It's a 1 mile run, 300 squats, 200 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, and then another mile run. So that can be your workout for the day. It's called a Murph. And I did that a couple times, and I think that right there, like that's something that's kind of interesting. Like, oh, that seems like just switching things up. So all of a sudden you're like, okay, that's kind of what I want to do. That's literally what I do with all my stuff here. Like there'll be times where like I'll have a video plan. Like I'll my plan will be to make this video, but then I'll feel like, you know what? I don't feel like making that video right now. I want to make this video instead. So I'll do that. There'll be a day where like, maybe I'll have an NBA workout planned, but I just don't really feel like doing it. But I'm like, you know what? I'd rather do this specific scoring workout right here, right? So I'll make that one instead, and then maybe I'll come back to that other workout another time, right? Because I feel like I can give more of myself to that one that I actually feel passionate about doing at the time. And again, this is different from me saying, oh, I don't feel like doing it, so I'm not going to do it. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want to switch it up. I want to do something different, so I'm going to try something else. I think that's important for you guys to make that distinction between, So like I said, you're able to switch up those workouts as well. And then obviously from a basketball perspective, maybe you've been doing a ton of stationary ball handling. Maybe you just switch up the workouts you're doing. Maybe you switch up the time that you're doing. For example, if you go on my channel, I have my live workouts, my live ball handling workouts, which obviously you guys can do. But also, I have some workouts from back in, I believe, the end of March or beginning of April, where it was literally like 5-8 minute quick ball handling workouts, where like you literally just put the video on and you do the workout with me, and you're done in 8 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever the heck it is. So check those out too. You do those a couple times a day. All of a sudden it's like you can switch up your workouts just by doing that. Okay, so that I think is important too. So if you're feeling like you're stagnant, you're just doing the same thing over and over and over, you're getting tired of it, switch things up. Okay, try something new. Even if you might feel like, oh, I don't like it, well, just try it, because again, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So maybe you try something new for a little bit, you don't really want to stick with it, so you go back to what you're doing before because you're like, you know what, actually I like doing that, and now I'm ready to do it again. Okay, so that's an important thing to do. And the other thing too is you could even make it smaller than that. Maybe you always work out in the morning. Maybe try working on the afternoon or at night, right? Just switch up the time that you do things at. I think that in itself can bring a whole different vibe, a whole different energy to your workouts, and that in itself can help you. So, I think burnout is something that is very, very important for players to be able to overcome, because again, you shouldn't just be doing something because that's just what you do. You should be doing it because you want to do it, because you enjoy doing it, because you love doing it. Basketball is a game, right? It should be fun. And if it's not fun, then that's a problem, right? You need to evaluate that and say, you know what, I got to take some time off. All right, I just got to switch up my workouts a little bit. Okay, I got to find out, what's fun again. The other thing too is, I think a big thing players can take is that if you don't, like, let's say you're working out a ton, right? You're really working hard basketball wise, and your training kind of getting stagnant, you're feeling kind of burnt out. I would say an option could be play more, right? So you're used to, maybe you work out 5 days a week and you play once. Okay, maybe cut back for a little bit for a couple weeks. Work out 3 or 4 times a week and play 3 times, right? Like just again, make things more fun for yourself for a little bit, and then maybe at that point you're like, you know what, I'm ready to get back to working out a little bit more. Or maybe you stick with it, because honestly, I think 4 days a week working out and 3 days playing is pretty solid split. Okay. Or if you were like, you know what, I'm gonna still work out 5 times a week, but you know what, I'm gonna make sure that I play pickup or play one-on-one with one of my friends. I'm gonna do that 3 times a week now. Okay, because now you have something to look forward to. Now you're like, okay, you know what, I'm working out today, but also I get to play later. Okay, make it fun for yourself. Okay, switch it up. I think that's very, very important for you guys. So burnout is something that every player experiences, and I experience as a player for sure, but also even doing this stuff. So I have to be able to find ways to challenge myself and to move in the right direction as well. So very important that you guys focus on that. I want you guys right now, go to the top link in my description and get my free elite perimeter scorer workout. We're going to work on a bunch of different skills that you need to have if you want to be an elite player in the perimeter. Make sure you guys check it out, completely free. Click the link, I'll send it right to you.